Well, everyone, the first race of the round of 8 for the NASCAR Cup Series is this weekend at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kyle Larson put on a dominant performance today, stage 1, stage 2, and then the race win. Let's get started with this race review.
Back to reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR South Point 400 Race Review Edition. Yeah, guys. Like I said in the intro, this is the start of the round of 8 for the NASCAR Cup Series. There's only now that this race is finished, only only 3 more weeks left till we determine who's going to be the NASCAR Cup Series champion. And Kyle Larson, let's get started off with the race winner right away. Kyle Larson is in the championship for his fourth win of the season, points win. I know he won Richmond, Martinsville, Darlington, and then Vegas. Half of the wins came in the regular season, half came in the playoffs, including that All-Star win that came in the regular season. So, yeah, Kyle Larson, he has been so fast today. Oh, they're showing the replay right now of Larson's incredible save. That was all. That was cool. That was incredible how he's able to save that. So, yeah, this just shows you how good of a car Larson had today. So, yeah, let's get now we're going to talk about the race recap. So, passing easy, and there was at one point in the race where the top 6 and 7 were like within 2 seconds of each other. There was no dirty air literally involved in this race. That is what I like to see right there. So, yeah. So stage 1, nothing really too big happened in stage 1. There was a lot of great racing. I know they were talking about there was some incidents today, but they were all like one single car incidents, and they all involved tires. So I know the Legacy Motor Club cars had trouble. Carson Hocevar and Eric Jones had a tire problem. Alex Bowman had an issue with involving tire, like crashing on the front stretch. Who else had issues? Oh, Chase Briscoe spinning out, and then Ty Gibbs having some sort of wheel falling off, tire or wheel falling off, in stage 3. So most of the incidents happened in stage number 2, and then stage 3 after that final caution, that was it. That race for the win was on, and Kyle Larson, man, I gotta talk about some of the drivers I need to talk about today. Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell was probably the second hottest driver today, like fast, like very, very fast. So. Yeah, he was probably one of the most fastest guys out there. He won the pole. This is his 6th pole award of the season. He got that yesterday. And he was he was up there in the top 3 all day. Like, he was the fastest Toyota, no question about it. And he's not out of this. He's definitely not out of this. We still got Homestead and Martinsville left in this round. And he literally won the Martinsville race last year in the clutch. So Christopher Bell, if he can, confidence in Christopher Bell is really high. So for him, I'm confident in Christopher Bell. He can make some good runs, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, Denny Hamlin, my guy, my favorite driver. He didn't have. I don't think he really had a winning car, to be exact. I don't think he had a winning car. I think he just had like a top 10 car. But man, he qualified 15th. Was able to work his way up. Won a few laps in stage 2, and then yeah. So and then Denny Hamlin was able to finish. Yeah, he was still able to finish in the top 10. Oh yeah, speaking of which, they're playing this interview right there. So yeah, um, so yeah, I think I'm hearing Denny Hamlin right now saying that his car was handling bad or something. So yeah, that stinks. But at least he still gets a top 10 and he's still above the cut line. So yeah, so yeah, guys. Some drivers I need to talk about. Brad Keselowski was another non-playoff guy. Was a non-playoff guy that he was up there in the top 5 pretty much all day. We had a winning car as well. So yeah. So Who else? Alex Bowman. Before that tire problem, he was running in the top 10. I heard he was having one of the fastest Hendrick cars out there until that tire breakdown. So yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he finished 10th, by the way. So yeah. So wow, guys, playoff playoff things is close. The between the top three, between the three Gibbs guys. I'm gonna show you guys the playoff standings in a moment, in a little bit, but yeah, some of the drivers like Christopher Bell. Oh, one more thing. Ross Chastain. He was my pick to win today. Like if you guys watched my playoff predictions video, I predicted Ross Chastain to win this race, even though he was going to be out of the round of 12. I had a feeling Chastain was going to win, and I was almost right. I was almost right, and he was one of the fastest cars. At one point, was able to contend for like the top three. But Kyle Larson, man, they're almost all unstoppable. Led over 100 laps today, and Larson just put on a dominant performance. So, yeah, this means that Larson has officially secured a spot in the championship four, and he will fight for a championship in a few weeks. So, yeah, wow, guys, what a show! What a show, guys! Another successful mile and a half race, and yeah, another Toyota driver, Martin Truex Jr. Man, he finally gets a top 10 finish today. A top 10 finish after the struggling past 6 weeks that he's had. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. So, Martin Truex Jr., man, he finally gets a top 10. I think his first top 10 since Watkins Glen. So, wow, that is cool. That is happy for Truex that he at least gets a top 10 finish. And he's still above the cut line, too. So, I'll talk about that, like I said, in a little bit. But, yeah. Wow, guys. Man, what a man! This was a good race, guys. Really good race. Also, Kyle Busch, another non-playoff driver, was doing good. I think he finished in the top five as well. I think we have to wait and see and take a look at the results. But man, a lot of good racing today. So yeah, now I'm going ahead and take a look at the race results.
And here's the results after the race. Kyle Larson won the race, finishes first. Christopher Bell second. Kyle Busch third. Brad Keselowski fourth. Running out the top five is Ross Chastain. Ryan Blaney sixth. William Byron seventh. Tyler Reddick eighth. Martin Truex Jr. in ninth. Running out the top 10 is my favorite driver, Denny Hamlin. And Chris Buescher in 11th. Joey Logano 12th. Bubba Wallace 13th. Eric Almirola 14th. Daniel Suarez in 15th. Kevin Harvick 16th, Michael McDowell 17th. Harvick, this is his final Las Vegas race, finishes in that position. Austin Dillon 18th, Corey LaJoy 19th, Harrison Burton rounds out the top 20. Last week's winner, AJ, finishes 21st, Justin Haley 22nd, Austin Cindric 23rd, Ty Dillon in 24th, Ricky Stenhouse 25th, Ryan Preece 26th, Todd Gillen 27th, Eric Jones 28th, JJ Ely 29th, Brandon Poole finishes 30th, BJ McLeod 31st, Chase Elliott had a penalty of some sort of a restart violation, had to start at the tail end and never recovered. Chase Briscoe 33rd, he spun out. Ty Gibbs had an issue, and then Alex Bowman. Surprisingly, Bowman and Hossa are the only drivers at DNF today.
So yeah, guys, that is the race results. Now I'm going to take a look at the playoff standings right on the screen. So as you guys can see, here is now the updated playoff standings. Kyle Larson with this win officially secures a spot in the championship four. And there were three more guys that are currently above the cut line. William Byron's only +9. All these drivers above the cut line are in the single digits, so we're getting close. So, but the next three Gibbs guys are all +2, well, are +2 apart from each other. So Martin Truex Jr. is +2 and tied with Denny Hamlin with +2, and Christopher Bell below the cut line -2, and then Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, and Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, who else? Oh yeah, and Ryan Blaney. They're all still below the cut line, and yeah. So Tyler Reddick is -16, Ryan Blaney's -17, and Chris Buescher is -23. So for Tyler Reddick, Chris Buescher, and Ryan Blaney, they're not in all must-win territories yet, but they gotta say, hey, we need to step up the pace. Next track coming up is Homestead Miami Speedway. Tyler Reddick has been good at Homestead. So, yeah, he finished in the top 10, top 5 in the first 2 years of his Cup Series career there. But last year he ended up crashing out of the race. But I have confidence Tyler Reddick can get a top 10 there. So, yeah, Ryan Blaney and Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is the guy I'm mostly worried for. I mean, I don't think Chris Buescher is going to make it past this round. He had to play a strategy call earlier in the race, and that costed him to go back. So, a close battle within these next couple of weeks. And yeah, guys, tires in this race were a key factor. You gotta have tires will worn out easily, and in the end, we get to see a very close finish. Like in the final 5 laps, 10 laps, my heart was racing. It was going to be a very close finish. I felt like we were going to have a side-by-side battle for the photo finish. I was listening to the Performance Racing Network of how they were able to call the race, to call the final laps. It was crazy chaotic. So in conclusion, this race was great. I'm gonna I'm gonna end up giving this race a solid 8 out of 10. Very good, solid race, and we'll see what happens next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think about this race? Let me know in the comments below. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.